On this edition, we're going to be covering and discussing the WWE Hall of Fame 2019. Who I think should go into the Hall of Fame this coming year. This year, when WWE goes to New York City for WrestleMania 35, who I think they should put into the Hall of Fame class of 2019. You know, when we think of the WWE Hall of Fame and who should go in, we think of people who captivated us, got us invested in the product, got us to tune in each and every Monday night during Raw, got us to tune in during prime time, the pay-per-views, all of that should go into what makes them a WWE Hall of Famer. Great rivalries, matches, etc. All should go into it. Now, here is who's making my list. First off, it's time. It's Vader time. The man they call Vader. You know, no question he deserves it. I'm sure WWE will put him in this coming year. Vader was wanting to go in when he was alive for such a long time. Now that he's not with us anymore, unfortunately, I'm sure WWE will put him in the Hall of Fame, kind of like they did with Paul Bear, amongst a few other superstars. But Vader, such a great career with him being WCW champion, beating up Gorilla Monsoon in the WWE, him with the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all those rivalries. Vader deserves the Hall of Fame. Coming in next, the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon. The Tremors begin. The Tremors continue at the 2019 Hall of Fame. They should. Yeah, when you think of the natural disasters, when you think of everything Earthquake and Typhoon did in the WWE, instant classic rivalries with Hulk Hogan before the natural disasters were formed, as far as Earthquake is concerned, Tugboat being friends with Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, and everything he did with the Macho King Randy Savage, and being friends with Dino Bravo, all of that great stuff. Then, the rivalry with the Bushwhackers and Andre the Giant, being tag team champions once they broke away from the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Instant Hall of Famers, no doubt about that, and they should go into the Hall of Fame. Coming in next, I'm going to discuss a wing that the WWE fans kind of look down on. The WWE fans kind of cringe on each and every year because, quite frankly, it's a joke to a lot of them. WWE doesn't take it serious. You know, one year they stuck Drew Carey in this wing, and he made like one WWE appearance in the Royal Rumble. It was ridiculous. This year, if WWE is going to stick somebody in this wing, the celebrity wing, let's make it serious for a change. Let's do something that is special for a change. You know, they're going back to New York City, New York, New Jersey, however you want to look at it. And as we all know, New York was the site of WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 1, the main event saw Hulk Hogan and with Mr. T, and you had Superfly Jimmy Snuka in their corner, taking on Mr. Wonderful and Roddy Piper and all that stuff. And you had Muhammad Ali, and you had All these other people there, right? And then you had Cyndi Lauper in another matchup. It was filled with stars. Make it special. Mr. T's already in the Hall of Fame. He went in at WrestleMania 30. That was a special moment in my eyes. You finally treated it, the Hall of Fame as far as celebrity important. His Hall of Fame speech was kind of funny. This year, Muhammad Ali or Cyndi Lauper needs to go into the Hall of Fame. Muhammad Ali, brought in that extra layer to that main event matchup at WrestleMania 1. That would make a good fit for the New York audience that is in attendance. Plus, it being back in New York City, WrestleMania. And Cyndi Lauper, when we think of everything that she did with the WWE, Roddy Piper hitting her and all that stuff, which caused the controversy with Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper, which led to all this chaos with the WrestleMania 1's main event. Cyndi Lauper deserves the Hall of Fame, and you need to go ahead and put her in, and it would make the perfect sense to put her in this year. They're in New York City. Do the job, WWE. Coming in next, the women's wing of the WWE Hall of Fame. There's so many women. There's so many women superstars that you can put in the Hall of Fame. There's a long list. But one in particular that I think should go in this year, and that is Sable. Now, I understand that her husband, the Beast Brock Lesnar, is still with the WWE. And Vincent Carey McMahon, has a problem with putting superstars in the Hall of Fame when they're still with the company wrestling. Well, she's not wrestling. She's not. And look at everything she has done with the WWE back in the 90s with the Mark Marrow situation and being by his side, eventually turning away and becoming women's champion. All the great memories that we have in the 90s that she gave to us. Awesome. Sable deserves the Hall of Fame. One thing WWE hasn't really done recently, is put an actual manager, just a straight manager, in the Hall of Fame. And there's a long list of managers that deserve to go in. Long list. That are great. And two that I can see that deserve is the Doctor of Style Slick or Dr. Harvey Whippleman, as Howard Finkel used to say it. I mean, just look at these guys. Look at these managers. Dr. of Style Slick managed the Warlord. He managed Power and Glory. I understand that I'm mentioning names that aren't big and they didn't have a huge career, but listen, these guys, he did a great job managing them as far as how he worked on the outside being devious. Okay, he managed the Twin Towers, all of this stuff. Dr. Style Slick, fantastic manager back in the old days, 80s and early 90s. Great. And as far as Dr. Harvey Whippleman. I have two names that come in mind, and they speak for themselves. Three, actually. Sid Justice, the mighty Kamala, and the giant Gonzalez. Don't need to say any more. And finally, the one that should headline it. The one that should headline the Hall of Fame 2019. A guy that will always have a place in our heart if we have been a wrestling fan over the past 20 plus years. A guy that we will consider a part of our family if we have been a wrestling fan for a long time. A guy that has given us more memories than you can count on your hands. Great rivalries galore. And that is the phenom of the WWE, the Undertaker. His name gets brought up each and every year, and he keeps coming back. This year, it's time. Of all the great rivalries that you've given us with $1 Million Corporation, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Big Boss Man, the corporation themselves, Batista, Edge, the list goes on. Triple H, Brock Lesnar. Now, I'm not talking about WrestleMania 30s. Hulk Hogan. The list goes on. It's time. WrestleMania 35. Barclays Center. The Undertaker. Go into the Hall of Fame 2019. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the bell, and until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.